Hey everyone, it's Lugga Dragonite here, and this is going to be my Christmas special. My very first one on my channel, guys. I hope you'll enjoy it. Anyway, for this Christmas special, there's not going to be a goal for it. Likes or views. However, I do hope you guys are able to watch the full video for it. Anyway, let's get into it. Welcome to What If Naruto Had the Power. Now let's start this story all the way to the night of the Nine Tails incident. Just as the Minato was about to seal half the Nine Tails into him, all of a sudden a gate opens up to the side of them, and out walks Zordon of Eltar. When Zordon walks to the portal, it sends a burst of energy that it was able to get rid of a lot of the evilness in people's hearts. However, since the Nine Tails was there, a lot of the energy was directed towards it, so not every sense of evil in the Leaf Village was pured. Zordon, with his magics, was able to help Minato seal the full Nine Tails into Naruto. However, Minato and Kushina were fading fast, so Zordon was able to have their spirit sealed inside Naruto as well, so they can look after their son and be a family. Afterwards, Zordon meets with the third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi. Hiruzen explains much about what has happened in the structure of the village. Zordon says, "If I let the boy stay here, it is surely that he will be hated on and attacked." Unfortunately, the third Hokage nods. So, Zordon proposes this idea to the third Hokage. "I will take him back to my dimension and train him there. Then, when a year left in the academy, he will be sent back." At this, the third Hokage agrees, but before this, the third Hokage goes up to the pictures of the past Hokages, bites his thumb, hits a seal behind one of the pictures, opens up a Hokage vault, and there's 3 scrolls. First scroll is the summoning contracts that belong to Naruto's parents, that Naruto's going to get the sign. 2 are the jutsu that his parents had gotten for Naruto's specific birthday, and they're basically made for Naruto. But the third, that's where things get interesting. The Hokage rolls the scroll on the ground and does blood clone summoning, and summons 2 blood clones. First being a prime blood clone of the third Hokage, and the second one is a blood clone of Mikoto Uzumaki, the first Hokage's wife. Now, before Zordon goes with them back to his dimension, he actually uses a bit of his magics and de-ages the third Hokage. In the events of Naruto, when Naruto, at the Chunin exam, the third Hokage was 65. The third Hokage was de-aged by Zordon to aged 35. So he will still be much of his prime time. So after they leave, the third Hokage changes the academy, changes things. For one, the academy age needs to graduate is 14. Now, events still play out like they do in canon, except for certain events. One, for example, will be the Hyuga incident, and second will be the Uchiha massacre. However, I will not recount those unless people involved in the incidents will tell Naruto. Anyway, back to the events in the Power Ranger universe. This is about 10 years before the very first Mighty Morphin team. And I need to explain something. You see, 1 year in the Naruto universe is 2 years in the Power Ranger universe. Even though Naruto's age is that of the Narutoverse, his physical body will still be that physically fit. So, by the time Naruto eventually comes back to the Naruto universe for his last year at the academy, Naruto will basically have the body physique of an 18-year-old. Anyway, Naruto goes up under the watchful eye of Zordon, Alpha, and the Blood Clones. He also met Kuroma and his parents. Now, Naruto's training at this point was just simply chakra control exercises and physical conditioning. However, he was taught these jutsu by his teachers: the Henge, Substitution, Mystic Palms, the Body Flicker, Shadow Clones, Wild Lion's Mane. This one's gonna be a surprise. But Hiruzen did teach Naruto striking shadow snakes. Great Code Explosion, though Naruto was told only use that as a last resort. Chakra Absorption Jutsu, which lets you regenerate. And also, Naruto seems to have a talent with the medical arts, judged by Mito. She gave him 2 Pacific Jutsu: Mitoic Regeneration, the Healing Mark. Now, that's going to be the same color as in canon for Tsunade, and Poison Mist Jutsu. Now, Naruto spent those 10 years, well, I guess technically 5 years, because as soon as Naruto was 1, his physical body was that of a 4-year-old. Because how the time works differently between the dimensions. Anyway, Naruto focused on chakra manipulation, control, and the medical arts, as well as freeing jutsu with his clones, till we get to the point of when the first Ranger team pops up. Naruto meets the first team: Jason, Zack, Billy, Trini, the Kimberly. And for a whole year, the Rangers were doing fine on their own. It wasn't until after that year that things started to go downhill. Enter Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger. However, 3 months before the Green Ranger arrives on scene, Naruto was studying a lot about the morphing grid. In fact, Zordon, in secret, was actually making something from the morphing grid for Naruto, specifically for when he went back. However, Naruto managed to find another power chamber within the first one. This one, however, had the coins that weren't used. Through Naruto's smarts and ingenuity, with his parents watching from the inside in Kurama, Naruto created the White Tiger Ranger coin. Now, events go like in canon for the Power Ranger verse, all the way up to when the Green Ranger shows up and the Rangers are badly hurt and injured. Just as the Green Ranger is about to strike down on Kimberly, all of a sudden you just see someone come up and kick the Green Ranger right in the stomach, launching him backwards. The Rangers look up and see Naruto. And Jason says, "Naruto, what are you doing here? Get out of here." And the Green Ranger says, "This kid's supposed to stop me? What can you do?" And then Naruto just takes out his power coin, which turns into the Morphin, and says, "This! Right Tiger Power! Right Ranger!" Now, everyone's shocked at this, and Naruto fights Tommy. The battle was long and hard, but Naruto was able to destroy the evil sword that corrupted Tommy. Now, Naruto's training at the same time is going along the same as in canon, and as well. Also, Zordon was making copies of the Zords. Each Zord Zordon made, he made a digital copy that was uploading into the thing that Naruto is going to give to Naruto. Now, Naruto, unfortunately, isn't able to do much since Tommy is part of the team as the Green Ranger. However, if needed, he will step up to the plate, because Zordon says Naruto needs to focus on training for when he goes back to his world. Now, during that time, Naruto takes a chakra test, and this surprised his parents and Kuroma, though Zordon and Alpha had a look surprised as well, but for Zordon, it's probably makes sense given the fact that Naruto was exposed to Ranger energy. Naruto had wind, water, lightning, fire, and earth. However, the pieces that had the wind, water, and lightning all came together and made like a little mini tornado. This indicates storm release. If you're wondering how this is possible, well, it's simple. Naruto basically grew up in the power chamber, which is filled with Ranger energy. You don't think his young body would absorb it over time? Anyway, we get to that scene where Tommy loses his Green Ranger powers and transfers them to Jason. However, just before Tommy could leave the chamber, Naruto says, Tommy, wait. Tommy stops. Naruto takes out his power coin and presses it into Tommy's hand. Thus surprising everyone, you see white electricity channel from Naruto's arm into Tommy's, giving him the right Ranger powers. And Tommy goes, Naruto, are you sure? Alright. And Naruto nods. And Naruto says, besides, Naruto says with a smirk, not all the green powers are gone. And that's when you see a blank power coin in Naruto's hand. And Naruto just channels the energy he got from Tommy, because there was still a little bit of green energy left, and created a new power coin. However, Naruto says it needs to spend a while in a chamber in order for it to charge up. So, during that time, Jason, Zack, and Trini transfer the powers to 3 newcomers, Rocky, Adam, and Aisha. However, a little bit earlier than expected, Naruto, the Thunder Zords were destroyed. However, they still had the Dragon Zord. Now, the events of the Power Ranger Mighty Morphin movie take place. However, they first went to Ninja's temple, trained under him. Now, you see, Ninja's temple is unique because 1 hour outside the temple would be like a full month on the would be either like a month to 3 months on the inside. So the Rangers were able to train their ninja powers a lot more. And they eventually go on the quest to the temple where they fight all those monsters like they do in the actual movie. However, Naruto's stuck on Earth. However, it's just when Ivan Ooze came on scene with his Edomorphicons that Naruto took action. Because it's still a ways away from the planet that the Rangers went to in order to get their ninja powers. Naruto yells, Hey, Ivan! And Ivan looks and says, what do you want, kid? And Ivan says, Tengu, get rid of him. As Tengu come out, Naruto literally spinjitzu kicks all of them down, knocking down. And Ivan goes, see you do those against those kids. Well, how about these kids? And instead of Morphicons came forward, and Naruto says, good thing I brought this. And you just see a flute. Zordon goes, a flute? That's literally your best comment. A flute. Well, Naruto says, tell me, Ivan Ooze, do you know the history of the Rangers? And Ivan goes, why would I need to know that? And Naruto says, maybe because of this. I call the power of the mighty dragon. And you just feel the ground shake as the Dragon Zord rises from the sea and begins battling the Endomorphicons. The battle lasted hours, and the Rangers returned, and night had settled. The Rangers were shocked to see the Dragon Zord fighting the Endomorphicons, but even more shocked the fact that Naruto called the Dragon Zord without morphing, which is very interesting to the Rangers. However, the Endomorphicons, unlike the movie, combine together. And the Ranger goes, we need Ninja Zord power now! Ow. And they call the Ninja Zords. Red Ape, Ninja Zord. Black Frog, Ninja Zord. Pink Crane, Ninja Zord. Blue Wolf, Ninja Zord. Yellow Bear Ninja Zord, and White Falcon Ninja Zord. But with the Ninja Zords and Dragon Zords, Ivan Ooze was conquested. Now, events play the same as does the actual series of Mighty Morphin, which involved the Shogun Swords and the Alien Rangers. However, about 1 month before or the events that eventually led to Zeo, Naruto is called within a chamber, power chamber, with the Rangers behind him, and someone says, Naruto, I am sending you and your caretakers to learn at a ninja, or up in the temple. Besides, said, whenever the ninja Zords are done in battle, you can use your knowledge to learn how to repair Zords up there. Naruto nods. So, for the entire Zeo series, Naruto is up there with his teachers. Now, during this time, Naruto managed to learn and master 3 of his elements, which is Wind Style, Wind Bolt, Wind Style, Water Style, and Lightning Style. If you guys want me to actually make a list in the description, I'm actually going to put in the description the list of Naruto's jutsu for his elements that he has. I'm not going to put his Gen, Tai, Jutsu, or regular jutsu, because I want to keep those a little bit secret for now. However, during that time, Mito said that Naruto has learned everything from her that she could teach him. So, because of this, Naruto is a level 12 Seal Master. And while Mito is a level 15, which is the highest master you could be if you're an Uzumaki, she said that her time is up based on the blood clone, so the blood clone of her pops. Now, while a ninja's temple, Ninja takes Naruto through the same training that the other Rangers went through in order to unlock their ninja powers. And it's surprised that Naruto, just as he's doing his training, the contract that had the summonings appeared in front of him. Now, here's the interesting. 2 new summon scrolls popped up for summonings as well. And the third Hokage Blood Clone can look on in awe as he recognizes them. The Wolf Clan that Kushina had. The Toads that Minato had. The Monkeys, which Hiruzen is shocked at, that he has. And finally, the Kitsune contract. And Naruto signs them all, and even meets with the bosses. After the bosses disperse, the bosses told the other summoners, mainly the Toads, because they're the ones who have like another summoner, as the other summoners, except Monkeys, no, because Hiruzen was there. Kitsunes are basically the same summoning clan as the Kyuubi. The Kuromos. Anyway, the entire events of Zeo happened like in canon. However, about 1 month before the Turbo movie, Naruto comes back. And Zordon actually asked Naruto what he thinks when he shows Naruto schematics for another new set of Ranger powers. Now, Naruto asks if he could be the one to take care of this. Zordon accepts, and Naruto begins work furiously on the Morphers and Zords of the Turbo powers. And just as Naruto was finished with 5 of them, the events of the movie take place. However, with the other Rangers' help, he was able to finish the 6th and final Zord. And here are the Zords. Red Lightning, Mountain Blaster, Wind Chaser, Desert Thunder, Dune Star. However, the 6th Zord is what surprised everyone else. White Maelstrom Zord. Now, this is where things get interesting. The Maelstrom is not your typical turbo vehicle. For one, it's been infused with seals to the point where it basically has able to have at least 30 people inside the car besides the driver, which is very good if you're driving from place to place while rescuing people. White Maelstrom is basically like a rescue vehicle. Now, the event follows the movie all the way to the point where Malagor shows up. And just as Malagor grew, all of a sudden here, Tommy say these words. 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 Ready, bring the... And the Megazord sequence. Now the Megazords combine, and then that's when all of a sudden you hear, Maelstrom Megazord, power up, and you see Naruto's Zord change from calm mode to a bot mode. And Naruto was, and the Rangers were able to defeat Malagor. Now, the events of the Turbo goal is exactly the same, except Naruto was able to use a lot more clones to focus on his last three elements, fire, earth, and storm. Now, Naruto never uses his jutsu because that always questions with the public. And that's up because he has to keep hidden the fact that he has chakra. Until the events when we have to pass on the powers. Now, we get to that scene where Tommy chooses TJ to lead the Red Rangers. Adam gives his powers to Carlos. Justin stays as the Blue Ranger. Tanya gives her powers to Ashley. And finally, Kat gives her power to Cassidy. However, that's when Naruto says, well, I guess this is where the road ends. Naruto said, sadly. And everyone looked at Naruto wondering why. And Zordon says, Naruto, it is time for you to go back to your home dimension. All the past Rangers know about Naruto's home and that stuff. At this point, the third Hokage pops, but before he does, he says that we'll prepare for him. Now, Naruto's actual age at this point would be 12. And remember, the graduation happens at age 14. And Naruto's supposed to come back for a year at the academy. Now, since he is going back a year early, Naruto gets a lot of experience with his jutsu and stuff. But before he does, he says, as Zordon, can you teleport him here? And there, teleported there, is Rocky. And Naruto says, Rocky, for never giving up on your beliefs and helping out your comrades, I name you the new White Turbo Ranger. Now, this shocks everyone else. But Rocky, he just nods. And Naruto passes on the right morpher powers, same way he did with his original white powers to Tommy. Now, afterwards, Zordon says, Naruto, during your time here in this dimension, you have done many brave things in order to save the Earth. For that, we thank you. Naruto nods. And then all of a sudden, coming down from the ceiling is a morpher. Similar to the Dino Thunder morpher. Morphs as Dino Thunder, but not the same. A bounce to Naruto's wrist, and Zordon says, this is the Chakra Morpher. Inside is a copy AI of Alpha, as well as a complete copy of the morphing grid. Now, Naruto goes right out saying, wait, if that's the case, then that means... Now, then Zordon, yes. The past Ranger's weapons and Zords are yours to command. Naruto nods. Then he basically hugs all the other Rangers, because the Rangers are a closely knit family with Naruto being there. Now, here's something interesting. When Naruto's growing up, here's what happened when these Ranger energies were infused with Naruto. For Red, it was mind reading, because the Red Ranger needs to keep a calm, collective mind in the most intense situations. Blue, super smarts. Example, Billy. Black, super strength. When morphed, the Black Ranger can basically hold a big runaway train. Yellow is super speed. Pink is super reflexes. Green is healing, as in healing in others. With this Green Ranger energy, Naruto is able to become a 7.5 Heal Master. Tsunade is a level 10. And finally, the White Ranger energy gave Naruto superb hand-to-hand combat. Also during Naruto's time, he learned how to fight from the other Rangers as well, combining it with his styles, forming his new taijutsu style, which I will not reveal until the next part of this video. However, Naruto leaves, and the events of the Power Ranger universe go the same, but Naruto comes back. Now, Naruto goes to Third Hokage. Third Hokage gives Naruto a living space. And Iruka, who then calls him and explains to Iruka who Naruto is and that stuff. And you see, the Third Hokage announced the fact that the fourth Hokage's son, for his safety, was taken away from here to a hidden place and shall return when he is 13. Shall return for 1 year at the academy and that stuff. And the council accepted this. Remember, a lot of the evil that was in people's hearts in Elite Village were gone, except for a certain few. This being about 40 members of the Uchiha clan. So, while Naruto is on his way there, all of a sudden you just see putties pop up, and Naruto is shocked at this. And Alpha goes, "Aye, putties? What are they doing in your dimension, Naruto?" And Naruto goes, "I don't know, but it's morphing time. Maelstrom power." And Naruto morphs. If anyone's wondering what the chakra form looks like, it looks like your chakra energy. So, for example, Naruto would be KCM colors for his uniform. And imagine what the Green Ranger powers and Right Ranger powers of Mighty Morphin look overlaid. Naruto fights the putties and easily takes them down. Afterwards, he makes his way to the Hidden Leaf Village. Anyway, guys, that's Nights. This is where I'm ending it here. Yeah, I hope you guys like this Christmas special, and I also hope you guys are looking forward to the series. In the description below, I will put a list of Naruto's jutsu for his elements. Anyway, peace.